Well, joining me now at the Future Renting Conference North in Manchester, it's Dr Tom Simcock, Senior Researcher at the Residential Landlords Association. And Tom, fantastic venue here today, great to see 200 landlords gathering. How important are these events for landlords to all get together and hear from industry commentators and leaders?
Oh, it's very important for landlords to come along. You get to hear about everything that's going on, all the latest changes. You've got tax changes, you've got energy efficiency. You know, there's over 150 laws and 400 regulations affect landlords. You know, that can be a minefield for the inexperienced landlord or even the experienced landlord to navigate through, and now at risk of up to £30,000 civil penalty notice if there is failure to comply with certain regulations. So, you know, it is very important to stay on top of what's going on and make sure that you do come along to find out what the latest changes are going to be.
Indeed, because there's definite moves afoot by the government to professionalise the sector, and here we are at a very professional event with the Mayor of Manchester attending. This is kind of the future of landlordism, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah. You know, being a landlord is going to have to become potentially more professional. There is huge efforts at the moment to turn tenants into consumers, which could completely transform the relationship between the landlord and tenant. But that could also mean that there could be future tax changes as well, and business rates down the line. Who knows what could happen? So there's a lot of things to take note of. Yeah.
Indeed. Now let's talk a little bit about your work at the RLA as a senior researcher. What sort of things do you look at, and how does the RLA use that information?
Well, I currently lead our research lab, Pearl, which is our private renting evidence analysis and research lab, or as we're the home for landlords, the RLA. Pearl is the home for research on the private rental sector. So we provide research on the economic, social and political issues that face landlords, tenants and agents, and sort of to bring all stakeholders in the sector together to provide a space for discussion on the evidence and the research, but also then to promote policies that are going to make renting better for everyone. You know, we've commissioned the University of Cambridge to look at the changes to mortgage interest relief and how that's going to affect the sector. We've commissioned London School of Economics to look at rent control and reviewing the evidence on that. We've got Manchester Metropolitan University, who are looking at the underlying causes of homelessness through the ending of Section 21 and through the ending of an AST. So we're working with leading universities, and you know, we're doing our own internal research as well. We have our quarterly survey programme, which focuses on different key issues. One of the latest reports was on mortgage interest relief, and that found that 70% of landlords are going to be negatively impacted by mortgage interest relief, with 62% reporting their profitability would be reduced by at least 20%. So, you know, that's a huge impact on private landlords across the sector, and, you know, we're now being able to communicate that with the ministers, with civil servants at Treasury, and we are being listened to, and hopefully as we continue, we will hopefully get more changes that come along. And you know, it's really important what we're doing, and we've even been able to give evidence to select committees on the rollout of universal credit. I mean, last year 38% of landlords who have a tenant on universal credit said that tenant had gone into rent arrears. Average of £1,600. You know, that's a huge amount of money for a landlord, especially if they've got mortgage and other financial costs to consider. You know, it's becoming very risky for them.
I think this research is so important because we know that the government themselves actually haven't done any impact statement on Section 24, and hearing about, you know, the reality of universal credit at the coalface for landlords that are dealing with it is so important, as you say, to take back to central government. But not only that, it's a lot of the research you've produced, in my opinion, has gone a long way to counter some of the anti-landlord sentiment in the media, which we're seeing a lot of at the moment.
Oh, definitely. I mean, over Christmas, Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party, they came out saying, you know, about Section 21 and how landlords are evicting for no reason. Our evidence shows otherwise, and even the government's own Ministry of Justice data shows that more social landlords evict than private landlords, even when you can't take into account the errors within their own data. And, you know, so there is issues around there of political ideology and the statements that are being made that we can now challenge because we've got that evidence and research. So it is very important what we're doing. But the most important thing is, though, we need our members and landlords around the sector to participate in our research, provide their experiences, share their understandings and experiences, and help us, by sharing that, take that forward, take it to the government, and then we can present that evidence and get credible changes for them.
Absolutely. Now we're here at the Future Renting Conference. We just had a plane take off, in case you heard that in the background. We're at Manchester Airport. And just to finish, Tom, the title of the event is Future Renting. Clearly there's a lot more changes to come. There's more things coming down the pipe at landlords. We need to create awareness of that. We need to have the research into that. This is all part and parcel of your work, isn't it?
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, our research doesn't just look at past issues and past changes, but it's also looking at the future. We're looking at the ageing population and how that's going to affect renting going down. Also, the ageing population of landlords themselves. Where are those property portfolios going to go? How is a landlord going to? Are they going to be selling them? Are they going to pass them to the children? There's wide issues around that going forward that need to be addressed as well.
Indeed. So do join in with the Pearl research. That you're always looking for landlords that are willing to participate, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We post regularly on Property Tribes as well for survey requests, through our emails and across other websites as well. And we're always available on social media as well.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining me, Tom, and keep up the important work you do.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Very much.